Hey everybody, what's up? It's Tijani here with New Family Dynasty. If you're new to the channel, you already know. Welcome. And also, if you're an Alaska taxpayer, I'm super excited that you're here today. Thank you for joining us because we're about to dive into something that a lot of people overlook: saving for college with the 529 plan. But first, I want to know something before we continue. How many of you are already thinking about saving for college? Or does it feel like it's far off? Maybe because you don't have kids right now, or you're not planning on having kids, or you're not in a stable relationship, whatever your reason is. I want to interact with you for a little bit. Drop a yes in the comment if you're already planning with the 529 plan, or just drop someday, 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 if you feel like it's not something you want to tackle right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Drop a yes in the comment if you're already planning with a 529 plan, or someday if you feel like this isn't something you're tackling right now. All right, I'll respond to all of those comments. Everything you put on that comment, I'll respond to it. You got my word. Again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you for being here. So let's jump in. All right, we're going to talk about the Alaska 529 plan and how it can help you save for your kids' college while keeping more money in your pocket. I know many of you might not feel like, because of AI, with all technology advancing so well, so fast, some of you may not have confident that in the future we're going to have colleges. But the truth is, since you don't know what the future holds, it's better to prepare for it than come to the future with no preparation. And so that's the reason why I'm so passionate about talking about 529 plan. And then also, I have two kids of my own. And so I feel like if I'm doing something for my kids, it's only right that I share that information with my community so that you are also prepared for your kids as well. All right. So, what I'm going to attempt to do here is break down what a 529 plan is. And more specifically, we're talking about the Alaska 529 plan. And the goal is to help you learn how to save for your kids' education while keeping more money in your pocket. Okay? That's the way you think about the future. There are certain things you need to put in place, and this is one of them. Trust me, the earlier you start thinking about this, the earlier you start saving, even if it's a small amount, the better off you'll be down the road. Or in this case, the better the future would be for your kids. So what I'm going to do is let's get into it. Let's break it down for you, okay? Let's break down what a 529 is. So in this case, the first thing I want you to know is, what the heck is a 529 plan? That's the question you have, right? So essentially, what a 529 plan is, it's a college savings account where you can put money aside and it grows tax free. Again, it's a college savings account where you can put money aside and it grows tax free. All right. So, what's even better about this is when you take out the money to pay for things like tuition, books, or even room and board, there are no taxes on the withdrawal as long as it is used for those qualifying education expenses. When it comes to the Alaska 529 plan specifically, it doesn't offer a state tax deduction for your contributions. Some of the plans do. And the cool thing about a 529 plan, you don't necessarily have to open it in the state of residence. For example, I live in Texas, right? I have a home here in Texas. It doesn't mean that I have to open a Texas college savings account. I can choose any college savings account or any 529 plan within the United States and open it. If I want to open one in Virginia, I'll do that. Maryland, I'll do that. If I want to open one in California, I'll do that. That's the flexibility of opening a 529 plan. For this case, Alaska does not have state tax deduction because I want to be clear about that. I want to be very specific about that. And so if you were to open an Alaska 529 plan, just know that you don't have that state tax deduction for your contributions. So you'll ask the question then, what does it mean for you? Let me know in the comments. Here's another interactive thing, okay? Let me know in the comments, does that sound like a pro or a con for you? What do you think? I want to know. All right. Is that a pro or a con? What do you think about that? As I wait for your comments, I want to tell you about a story about Jessica and Joseph, a family that live in Alaska who got ahead of the curve. They started saving for their kids, especially for their son Malik. They saved money for Malik's education as soon as he was born. Fast forward, Malik is about to enter high school, and the 529 plan has grown significantly since then. And the cool thing about it is tax-free. Even though Alaska doesn't offer a tax break for contributions, they've been able to save a solid amount with the power of compounding. And they know if they continue, they are going to set up Malik pretty solid for his future, especially if he decides to go to college. And recently, since 2024, you don't necessarily have to use the 529 for college. You can use it for trade school. You can use it for apprenticeship program, vocational trainings, all of those things. And there's also one specific benefit for a 529 plan. If you don't use the money at all, or you only use part of that money, you can take the rest of it, up to $35,000, and roll it into a Roth IRA for your kids' retirement. Let me say that one more time. Let's say you save $40,000, right? And you only use $10,000 for school because your kid got a partial scholarship, and you have $30,000 left. You can take all of that $30,000 and roll it into a Roth IRA for your kids' retirement. Do you know what that means? Special is what it means, because not a lot of kids in this world, especially in the United States, that have that luxury. So I encourage you to think about 529 plan. I'm doing it for my family, and I want you to do the same thing for yours. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, especially with the Alaska 529 plan, and I stated it doesn't have state tax deductions or for your contributions. So you might be thinking, no state tax deduction? Is this plan even worth it? That's a good question. And I want to answer this question. Yes, it is still worth it. The big win with the Alaska 529 plan is the tax-free growth of your savings. The tax-free growth of your savings is the win. You don't have to worry about taxes eating up, or you don't have to worry about taxes eating away at your money as it grows. And when it's time to withdraw that money and spend it for your educational expenses, you keep everything you saved 100%. So as long as it's spent on qualified education expenses. I want to know, who is excited about the idea of tax-free growth? Drop a yes in the chat if you like that idea, because I certainly love tax-free growth. How many of you have already started saving for college? Let's go back to that question. If you haven't, what do you think is holding you back? For those of you who have started saving for your kids' college, how much have you contributed so far? I know that's a personal question. You don't have to specifically list the amount. You can give me a ballpark. You can be like, "Oh, I've contributed between $5,000 to $10,000 in 3 years," something like that. Or you can just say it's none of your business. Yeah, let's talk about that in the comments. No judgment, okay? No judgment. We're just trying to share ideas and empower each other. That's what this is about. We're building our community together. We're empowering each other together. Okay? Because you sharing that information is going to motivate another person to start saving today. You sharing that information would allow for somebody else to reach out to you so you can share your knowledge with them. We don't want to gatekeep anything, especially when it comes to our community. Okay, so let's talk about it in the comments. Talk to us, share your knowledge, share your experiences with us. So I'm about to close up this live, but I want to leave you with some things that you can do today because I'm all about action. What are some things that you can do today? Here are some actionable steps that you can take today. First off, if you haven't already opened a 529 plan, go ahead and open one. If you live in Alaska and you like the Alaska 529 plan, start with that. Start small. Even if you need to, like $25 a month is a good place to start. $25 a month. That's less than Netflix and Hulu combined. So number one, open a 529 plan. Number two, I want you to set up automatic contributions. Set it and forget it. Treat it like a bill that you have to pay. Even if it's a small amount, you'll see that growth over time. And number three, use the tax-free growth to your advantage. Don't worry about state taxes on contributions. Just focus on growing that money over time. The truth is, it's all about starting now. The sooner you start, the better off you'll be when college rolls around. Okay? So don't hesitate. Take these three steps. I want to say them again. If you haven't already opened an account, go ahead and open one. Set up an automatic payment to that account. Treat it like a bill. And number three, take advantage of the tax-free growth on the account and let that money compound. So I promise I want to keep this short. If you find this information helpful, do me a favor, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with somebody else in our community who needs to start saving for college. And hey, if you want more tools like this, don't hesitate. Join my email list that I'm putting together. And the goal is to share insights on financial planning for families like yours. My mission at NFD, New Family Dynasty, is to get you to start building that family's dynasty. No matter where you are financially, no matter what you're going through, I want you to start today. Also, before you go, make sure you check out the other videos that I've already posted about 529 college savings plan. And there's a video that also explains what qualified education expenses. I'll make sure that I tag it on this video and put it in the description so that you can find it, because I don't want you to get taxed or pay any penalties for the money that you've already worked so hard to save. Okay? I've got a question for you though. Have you started saving for your kids' college? If so, or if you haven't, what is your biggest challenge when it comes to putting money aside for their future? I want you to drop that in the comments below. I'd love to hear it from you. And then also, everyone in the community would love to hear that from you so that we can share knowledge and ideas with each other. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next video.